How was day one?
I thought it was pretty good. It's a starting point, but we had a lot of eager guys out there that ran around hard, and so we had good energy. And then, of course, on nearly any good first day, we overplayed a little bit, but that's where it starts, is motivated guys, and then you sharpen their skills from there.
Easier to be in a rhythm when you start here as opposed to Lewiston, having to kind of adjust to those surroundings?
I don't think that really makes a difference so much. When they expanded the window, and we're a few days less than allowed, but they do this in June, and that's always brilliant when you do it in June and everybody's got travel plans and summer school and things like that, so there's no sorting it out. So we'll be we leave to Lewiston on Friday, but I didn't think it was bad, and then this is how it'll be when we get up here. So
how much does it help having so many guys back, especially getting off to a good start?
Well, I think it helps because they're more familiar with one another. We had a lot of strangers playing beside one another last year at this time, so I think that helps. And even though we're fairly young, we've got young guys that had experience last year. A lot of freshmen and sophomores that played, so that helps us.
Coach, a lot of speed and size on your receiving corps. The other day you said that this might be the fastest class you've had. Did you get to see that speed in person today and see what you like?
A little bit. I mean, they looked fast. I mean, there's this uncertainty to the young guys because they're sorting out what they're supposed to do and trying to, combination of being a fast person and trying to do it perfect. And if your mind's clouded up, it'll slow you down a little bit. But they showed some flashes, so I thought that was good.
Any receivers that have stood out to you so far?
Yeah, we had quite a few today, really. Isaiah got real hot for a while. And then Patman, he was real hot for a while. I thought Sweet and Robert Lewis were steady. Then a huge explosive out of Tavares Martin. And then Demery. I thought Demery, one of the most consistent days may have been Demery. Demery was very, very consistent today, I thought.
Seems like opposing DBs in the Pac-12 aren't going to be able to arm tackle your receivers. They're big, strong. Talk about the strength of the receiving corps.
Well, I think they all need to get stronger. I mean, they're taller and they're bigger, but I think they need to get stronger, so, I don't know, this conference is loaded with DBs, so, but we're bigger than we have been.
Tavares seemed annoyed about having to keep answering questions about missing Gabe and River. Do you like what you see in him and his ability to kind of be that feature guy going forward?
Well, I think ideally you have a lot of them. I mean, if you're going to be any good, you have to have quite a few, and then and those guys are great guys, and we look forward to hearing from them, seeing them, and seeing what they're up to. But I mean, we got to worry about this team right now, so.
QBs were kind of back there doing some footwork. Is that an area that you want to see Luke really kind of step up this year? Is that area he can really improve this season?
I think all of them can improve on footwork, and I think it's a constant maintenance item, and I think it's something that never goes away because everybody's got to resist and fight that temptation to give in and be lazy, and footwork a lot of times is where that starts, and so I think you got to constantly reinforce and push that.
Keith Harrington was hurt last year. You guys have that triple-headed monster at running back, but you really do have a change of pace type player with Keith, and he showed his quickness today. What do you see with Harrington out there?
Well, he's a former starter, so he's got some experience himself, and so and I think definitely he'll have a role, because he had a good spring, so it'll be a real competitive position, so those guys can fight it out and see who gets reps.
How high are your expectations for Luke coming back as a fifth year?
Like anybody's got to improve. I mean, he's been good the last couple of years. He's been good, the last couple of years, and like everybody's got to improve. But he's the most successful quarterback in the conference, and that's indisputable, despite all the hype around half a dozen other guys. I mean, if we stick their numbers compared to his, it's not close. So.
He mentioned being kind of one game off the last couple of years. So what can you guys do kind of this time of year to put yourselves in a position to not be one game away this season?
We just have to keep developing, keep getting better, I mean, this conference is loaded with good teams, and you got to face a challenge each week.
Seems like the QBs and the receivers have a little fishing competition kind of going on. What do you make of that?
A bunch of them have gone fishing lately. They've got kind of a group of about 4 that like to go fishing, and they'll fish all over the place. Sometimes they'll go up there around Plummer and Coeur d'Alene, and other times they go out here closer, you know. So,
Who do you
yeah.
think's the best?
Tavares knows by far the most about it. Yeah, he's the most experienced, knows the most about it. Staff-wise, Antonio Huffman's probably the most enthusiastic about it.
They're talking about a little receiver quarterback matchup. Maybe throw the staff in there and get a freeway tournament going on.
Well, we on our staff retreat, half would golf and half would catch sturgeon. So we've, as a staff, we've caught some gigantic sturgeon a couple of years. So, you know, we usually end up with 3, and they're big old, you know, 8 and 9 foot things. So,
What's the number one tip you'd give those guys fishing-wise?
I think Tavares is actually pretty good at it. He's getting, you know, doing more freshwater, you know, than he did, and he did do freshwater out there. But I haven't talked to him about it. I think he reads up on it, and he's got a certain amount of knowledge on the thing, you know, that so I think it's just kind of one of those things he's into and studies it pretty good. And then I think the others kind of follow him.
What's your favorite thing about Twitter?
Oh, yeah, well, my favorite thing, of course, is promoting Washington State football. My second favorite thing is you know, getting word out on basically how Texas Tech cheated me out of my 2009 salary and exposing sovereign immunity for what it is. I mean, if that was such a great idea, every state would do it, and somebody other than just third world countries with dictators would do it. And so I like that. And then the other thing is, you know, there's you know, once in a while, you know, there's a lot of junk on there, no doubt. But once in a while, you find somebody that's got something pretty clever. They're up to something kind of smart, or you find a unique guy or something like that. And so I guess it kind of keeps you fresh a little bit, but you don't want to get sucked into it. Otherwise, it's just like video games or something.
Do you enjoy it more than you expected to?
Yeah, I didn't 100% know what to expect, and then my older kids kind of showed me how it works. I mean, I knew in general, and then, you know, I think yeah, I mean, it's kind of like you find trivia and stuff on there, and just little stuff that'll surprise you, I suppose, you know.
Who's your favorite follow?
I don't know. I mean, I just go to the whole pile and sift through it. And whoever's got something good, you know. Sift through it. If it looks boring, I go fast, you know.
You don't have a ghostwriter anymore?
Well, I had a ghost typer, which was generally speaking my wife and others, but now I've mastered typing it, I think. Of course, some of those things you don't know where they go, so hopefully it's out there where it's supposed to be.
You guys good with Coach?
What do you look most forward to about going to Lewiston?
Just the focus and team together. It's a pretty good team building experience. I mean, these guys are just around each other, and whether they like each other or not, we make them get to know each other.
Did you get Bill anything for his birthday?
Not so far. I mean, but what I got Bill was I had about 140 guys there that would love to give me birthday spankings, and I spared him of that. So, and that's a pretty big gift, I would say.
Yes.